Hello, we are officially back from the cruise and I'm out going a sourcing. There will be a cruise video. I didn't do a daily vlog. I'm sorry guys. We ended up just enjoying the day to day, but there will be at least one video, if not two, highlighting the whole week. But I'm out sourcing. I'm actually heading into yesterday's fits. I'm here right now. I'm early. It's only 9:15. They opened at 10, but Jesse's let me in early to go through a bunch of discounted teas and hopefully I find some good stuff. And then I'm also going to go to Buffalo Exchange and trade in a bunch of stuff and hopefully get a decent amount of credit so I can score some vintage teas. Let's see how the day goes. So I already grabbed like about 11 billion things downstairs. They've got plastic hangers and he was giving me everything for 50% off. That was $5, $10, and $20 items. So I got a crazy amount of stuff. And now I'm going to go through the really good stuff. Well, the really cheap stuff anyway. Hopefully there's some really good stuff in there. I've got these 3 bins, the stack, these, 5 bins here, all of these clear bins here, and then I think there's another row of them behind. And all of these he's going to give me any that I want for $3 a piece. There might be a few that he'll stick to $5. But hopefully I'll be able to find some stuff. But seriously, guys, I've already probably grabbed, I don't even know how many downstairs, like 75 to 100 t-shirts and sweatshirts. So this is definitely going to be a really, really big haul. So yesterday's Fits has a shop cat now. Loves boxes. What's going on in there? Just the ears sticking out. Just like I don't perform for you. Get it! What's going on down there, weirdo? Yeah, get back to napping. So this is everything I ended up with yesterday's Fits. These 3 huge packed IKEA bags. And then this is what I'm taking to Buffalo. Not really, they think there's like one piece that's kind of vintage, but otherwise it's just newer stuff. And the hope is that it's worth coming down here every once in a while. I've been saving up this stuff for about a couple of months. It is a pain in the ass to park here, so we will see if it's worth it, what I can get for this. This is all stuff from the bins, so I paid maybe like, 75 cents a piece. So we will see. Here I am hanging out in the laundry room trying to keep quiet because Vikki is taking a little nippy nappy. Anyway, so mixed bag at Buffalo Exchange. It's funny because I took in probably about $30 worth of stuff. Like I spent about $30 at the bins probably overall on the bag of stuff I got. Brought it in there and maybe they took a quarter of it. And so I'm like going, okay, this is totally a waste of time. But then by the time they were done, I had like $100 credit. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. That's actually like I'm tripling my buying power. A lot of stuff at Buffalo Exchange is priced up pretty high, which is fine if you're just buying for personal, but not great for reselling. But if I can get $100 to spend in there just by every, 2-3 months going in and taking in some stuff from the bins, I mean, that's worth it. And the stuff that's left over, I guess I'll just hang on to it for a while longer. Maybe try going to Plato's Closet at some point. I know they usually pay about a couple bucks a t-shirt. So I just don't want to take too much time doing it when I'm not getting a whole lot out of it. But I feel like I did today. So let me show you a little bit of what I got. This is the entirety of today's haul. All of this, these are all t-shirts, all sweatshirts, and then some more sweatshirts down here. That's all from yesterday's Fits. I got a crazy amount. Total, including Buffalo Exchange, I have 130 pieces here. I spent about $700 today, so on average, I spent $5 per piece. So 7 pieces from Buffalo Exchange, which leaves 123 is what I got from Jesse. I got pretty much almost everything, if not everything, is vintage. So, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff for $3 a piece. There was a bunch of stuff downstairs in the main store where I did pay $10 for a lot of stuff, or $7.50, or $5, or $2.50. But everything all together averaged out to $5 per piece, which with my, let's say my average selling price, since this is all kind of mids, let's say even if it's $40, with the speed that I can process everything, take pictures, list, even if I averaged $40, which if you guys watch our channel, obviously I'm more like 60 to 70, or now maybe 50 to 65 now that I'm buying a lot more lower cost stuff. But still $5 into 40 is not bad. And 130 pieces with me doing 10 listings every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year now. At least starting out until I can get a really good flow of bringing in stuff. I need 70 pieces minimum per week, and that's not adding to my bank at all for later on. So 130 pieces is actually only going to last me just under 2 weeks. So this is the kind of volume I have to keep up. So I have to have more sources than just yesterday's fits. And definitely Buffalo Exchange is just kind of a fun one. It's not really like a great source. But let me show you. I'll show you exactly what I got at Buffalo Exchange. Again, I got 7 pieces, and like I said, I took in what I had spent $30 on, got $100 credit with only a quarter of that. So turned $30 into $100, and then used that credit. My total came to like just under $100, but then there's sales tax and everything. So I only spent $6 at Buffalo Exchange on the stuff that I turned over. So let's say $36 into $100 worth of shirts. So first of all, I have this awesome all over print kind of Southwest art tee, surfer tee. And you can see this was $15. Would I normally have paid $15 for that? Back in the day I would have, but now no way. But again, I'm buying this with credit. So really it cost me more like, let's say $5. And I can easily sell this for $40. Next up, this was actually in the women's section. Whenever I go through all the stuff, I go through all the men's, and then I do go look at the women's t-shirts, because a lot of times like smaller sizes will end up in the women's at Buffalo Exchange. This one is so super soft. It's funny. It's the Chicago Pizza Pie Factory, but it's in London, England. It's got needs to be washed and stuff, but it's single stitch, super, super soft, and no tag, but definitely vintage, 80s. And this was $15.50, again, bought with credit. Next up is the Cornhusker State Games 1988 competitor. Ooh. So, kind of an odd shirt. This is actually on sale, which the way it works at Buffalo Exchange, the first half of the month, anything that has the sale stamp on it, the stuff that's been around for a while, they stamp it at the beginning of the month, and for the first half, it's 25% off, and then for the second half of the month, and today's the 20th? The second half of the month, it's half off. So this was actually $7.50, again, bought with credit, single stitch, 1988. Just kind of an interesting shirt, but I should be able to sell it for $40. Next up, I don't know what this means. I got to look it up. Obviously, that's Clark Gable. Gable Lombard, 50 anniversary, March 18th, 1989. In Oatman, Arizona. I don't know exactly what this shirt's all about. You can see that sweet Ched tag. This is another one, 50% off. So I paid $8 of my credit on this. I'll have to do some research, but I love anything movie related. So I had to get the Clark Gable t-shirt. Okay, and you guys know what I always say about rodeo stuff. Great Western Broncos. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like a school. I don't know if it's just a Western shirt. But this is an 80s shirt. You can see the 80s Hanes tag. This was $15. Again, I bought with credit. All right, last two things. These are my favorite. I got a lot of Christmas stuff today. I know that there's no way I'm going to have this listed and be able to sell it and then ship it and have time for Christmas. That's fine. It'll still sell throughout the year a little bit, and then it'll sell more next year. But this is a Planet Hollywood Holiday Celebrity Edition. Now, this was priced at $16 and made in the USA. And it is dated on the back, so we'll know the year. But let me flip this over. It says, Joy to the Planet. It's got a Christmas tree. And then it says, Love, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Woohoo! And it's dated 1996. So just kind of a funny little Christmas celebrity sweatshirt, vintage 90s. Kind of obscure, weird. I mean, I imagine I could sell this for like $50 to $70. Again, maybe not this year, but sometime throughout the year. And then this last piece, and that one was, did I say already? I think $16. This last piece was the most expensive. It was $19. But I grabbed this because it's a little odd. It's different. Can't imagine there's many out there. And I'm hoping it's of value to somebody. But this is an LA Lakers t-shirt. But this is LA Lakers versus, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Maccabi Tel Aviv. So this was a 1990 basketball game. So first of all, this is for a singular event. So again, there might not be a ton of these shirts that were even made at the time, let alone distributed. But it says a courtship of nations, and it's just a basketball team, but it's a LA Lakers, and it's just obscure. I mean, I'm gonna have to research and find out more about it. But to me, like something interesting like that, like a hardcore collector might really want something like this in their collection, because just, super interesting. So that's how it went at Buffalo Exchange. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to do some work to process some of this. I'm not going to process all of it because I just need to get a big chunk of it. I've got like 40 items that are already processed, hanging, ready to be photographed. So what I usually do, if I just want to get a bunch done and I don't want to do everything all at once, is I'll go through everything, and anything that doesn't need to be washed, I do not wash the stuff if it looks clean or dead stock. I'm sorry, I don't. If it looks like it is good as is, doesn't smell, isn't dirty, I lay that out to the side, and then I'll get hung up. And then the easy stuff like the darks that just maybe need a little bit of treatment, just throw in the washer, I'll do that as well. And I'll leave, I might treat the whites, but not do my whole like washing and bleaching thing until later. Just so I can get as many ready for tomorrow as possible. Hopefully I'll have, like I said, I already have 40 out there, so maybe I'll have about close to 100 to actually photograph, so I can get back to work, back to listing, and keep it on. But I've got some listings banked, so I'm gonna go make 10 of those live now, and I'll 10 tomorrow, so I can just focus on taking pictures and not worry about missing a listing day. Yes.